Hi guys, welcome to the second part of this video. So let's proceed to join the dress. So here I am setting my panels together. So all I'm doing now is I'm trying to fold in the bottom packet. First of all, fold half inch, then 1 inch. Remember we left 1.5 inch, so I'll be using my iron to do this. So fold in half inch, then go in by another 1 inch to give you your bottom placket. So as you're folding it, make sure you don't exceed the notch. Make sure I don't exceed the notch that I made initially. So this is it. I'll iron it properly, make sure that everything is laid flat. That way it will be easier for me to sew it down. So I'll repeat the same thing for the other side then. So this is how, make sure that everything is flat, then do the same thing for the other side and show you how. So here I am done with sewing down the bottom placket. So it's time to join the front and the back together. So I'll go to my machine and join the shoulders together, then come back and show you how I did the collar. So here I have done the sewing, I've ironed it down. It's time for us to construct our collar. So mine is a bishop collar. So I'm going to get the measurement of my neck with it. I will now proceed to get my to construct the collar. So I'm laying it, I folded it into two so that I'll be able to get the front and the back neck measurement properly. So after laying it down, I went ahead to measure the front neckline. I got 5 inch for my front. As on fold, I got 5 inch, and for the back I'll make sure that everything is sitting properly. We measure it carefully. I got 3.75 for the back. So I'll go ahead and do my so to do this, what I did is I drew a straight line, then on the straight line I marked the back measurement that I got. I remember 3.75. I marked it. I labeled there that point my shoulder, that's the shoulder point. So from there I proceeded to mark what I got for my front, which is 5 inches. So on that point that I marked 5 inches, I went up by 1.5 inch. Then I'll be using my curve rule to connect it to the shoulder point. You see how I curved it to connect it to the shoulder point. Then at this point now is time for us to determine the height of our collar. I'll be using 1.5 inch as my collar height. So I'll go ahead and measure 1.5 inch at every point. At all these points, the back, center back, the shoulder point, and the front, the center front. So this is how I measure. Then I'll repeat the same, the way this one is straight and the other one is curved. I'll connect the 2 points exactly the way the down part is connected in that curved way. So this is me trying to connect it the way I did for the other side. Then I'm drawing a straight line to make sure that this my measurement is the same as the initial one. So at this point now, all I need to do is to curve it. I will want my bishop collar to have a curve. So this is me curving it the way I want it to be. So after curving, that's so this point, remember this is our shoulder. Okay, I went ahead to cut it out. I will explain because this pattern, when using it, you place your fabric on fold. So that center back will be on fold. That means by the time you finish cutting, you open it, you will now have a longer pattern. So this is on fold. So this is me labeling it on fold. That is your center back. So why this point is your center front. So when you open it up, you now have your straight long collar. So we're cutting two pieces of this for your fabric and also for the interfacing that you tend to use. So I've gone ahead to cut and add my interfacing to my fabric. So I want to show you how I will sew this collar. I'll place it like this, place it front facing front. The lower part is where you're attaching to the fabric, so the upper part is the top of the collar. So I'm going to go ahead and sew round the upper part, leaving the lower part. So I will sew round here, leaving this side open. So I'm not sewing that up. So this is my sleeve. I've cut it out and let me go and sew. Okay, I've sewn the collar, I've sewn a notch, and there's a way I did. You see how I folded one part of it, that way it will be easier for me to attach it to the main dress. It will be very easier that way. You see what I mean when you get to that point. So I'm going to go ahead, and that place that I folded in, I'm ironing the collar. So I'll go ahead and fold in that point. I folded it in by like half an inch, because sorry guys, I added extra half-inch allowance around the collar when I was cutting it. So I'm going in by that half-inch sewing allowance on just one part of the collar. So I folded it while sewing so that it will be easy. You see how it all came out. So I'm going to iron it down, then it's time to fix the collar to the dress. So I'm going to take it to the machine and show you how I'm going to fix it, how it will be easier for you to fix. Mind you, okay, so this is me just showing you. I will fix that part I left. The other side that I did not fold is where I will fix first. Then I will now use the side that I folded to close it up. This way is easier. Mind you, when making this kind of collar, make sure that you take the appropriate measurement. Ensure that you cross-check the measurement before cutting, before joining. That way to be easier for you. So this is how I join it. The side I did not fold is where I'll be sewing first to the fabric, and decide for it to be the front or the back. So I'll first of all sew it by that same half-inch sewing allowance that I left. So you sew it gently, gradually, making sure that you arrange the fabric in a way that it will not fold. So you see me adjusting it, making sure that I don't fold or pleat it while sewing. So we are almost done joining this first point. So you see how it came out, everything fine and neat. So you see the essence of folding this part. All I need to do is just to close it up and top stitch. I don't need to start folding when I'm sewing. I've already used my iron to fold it in. All I need to do is just to place it, make sure it's covering the sewing. That's the sewing that I just did. Make sure that it's covering it. Then I'll now run a stitch on top of it, making sure I arrange the collar, because it can tend to move and give you this give you a rumple look. So all you need to do here is make sure you arrange your collar well as you're sewing. As you're sewing, you arrange it well. Make sure that your the hem sorry, the one inside is not showing and you are not folding the collar. See how then you are arranging the dress so that you not have a pleat. So this is one of the easiest way of attaching your collar, either your bishop collar or even a regular collar. So that's it. That's me closing it up. So that's it. Very simple. Make sure that once your measurement is correct and accurate, you won't have any issue. So you see how it turned out, very beautiful, accurate. I'm loving it. So at this point, we are done with the collar. I've ironed it. All I need to do now is to attach my sleeve. Whenever I'm making anything that is like a shirt, I don't attach my sleeve after joining the side. I attach my sleeve before joining the side. It's easier, it's cleaner. That is how I do for most shirts and this thing. So I just arrange my sleeve, get the midpoint, notch my midpoint, then I'll match the midpoint to the shoulder seam. I'll match the midpoint to the shoulder seam, sew round it. So from one shoulder to the armhole area, do the same thing. So here I am done with joining my sleeves. So now I can now go ahead and join the sides. So you see how easy, it's very easy at this point. Just turn it to the wrong side, match your sleeve, then run it down to the hem. It's easier for me like this. Whenever I'm making anything that looks like shirt, this is how I prefer to go about it. So here I am turning it and trying to go and close it up. At this point, I think it gets easier from here. You just run your sewing. I'm using 1 inch, so I'll just run it by 1 inch straight down, and that is it. So here I am done. So we've come to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share.